questions for Bam? Take the first question here on the left side, the second row.
Bam, Jokic is such a unique player. He's shown he can pretty much score from any part of the floor. So when you are just trying to make things tough for him, what does making it tough for him actually look? What are you trying to maybe force him into?
Tough shots, difficult shots. You know, trying to get him in an uncomfortable zone and force him to take tough shots.
Joe in the middle.
A few minutes ago, Spo said that there's no Jokic stopper. It's throw bodies at him. Do you agree with that?
You said what?
Spo said that there's no stopper when it comes to Jokic. Like you got to throw bodies at him, you got to throw different looks at him. But you two, I mean, you match up, or at least you do during the regular season. So how much do you think that the challenge is on you to stay in front of him and limit him?
Make him take tough shots, force him into tough shots, and live with the result. That's the biggest thing for me. I feel like this is one of those series where he becomes very dangerous when you let his teammates get involved, and he can make those incredible passes and end up with 12 assists.
Melissa here.
Hey Bam, Melissa Rowland, Fox Sports. How much has your guys' trust in one another guided you guys through all of the many obstacles, all of the adversity that you guys have faced this season? Like, if it weren't for that, would you guys even be here? What does that look like behind the scenes?
Man, we've definitely had moments in this run where people thought we couldn't do it. People thought we weren't going to make this, we weren't going to do that. You know, when you got the trust in your 15, the coaching staff, and whoever's getting on that plane with you, when everybody believes and has a trust, I feel like you can do anything.
Vince in the middle.
Vince Goodwill, Yahoo Sports. Bam, in the last round, we saw what Jokic did to Anthony Davis as far as being able to score on him and the way that he compromised the defense. You just mentioned that you don't want the other guards for Denver getting off because of, you know, Jokic's ability to pass. Are you willing to sit there and eat 45 or 50 if that's what it calls for from Jokic?
Does it end in the win?
You can decide that.
Yeah, if it ends in the win, it doesn't matter. You can talk about stats, you can talk about this guy did that, did this and that, but you know, at the end of the day, they remember the people who won.
Second row.
Tomer Azarli from Clutch Points. Bam, I'm curious, what age did you start developing the confidence to be a leader? And who's someone that helped you become a leader and you know, the type that we're seeing today?
My mom. I know I talk about her a lot. Hope she doesn't call me during media. But it's been my mom, because she's been a leader in my life since I've been born. You know, seeing my mom go through every adversity, there's always one guy. Go through all the adversity. It's all good, man. Through all the adversity she's been through. You know, my mom walked to work. My mom was a single parent. We lived in a single wide trailer. You know, I lived off of $12,000 a year from my mom. So having that type of person lead, I feel like it was just bound for me to be able to get in that mode. Definitely uncomfortable when you first start when people start looking at you and saying you have to be more vocal, you have to be a leader of the ship. And you know, I just look back at those days, how my mom just led for me, and it was by example.
Well, you touched on it, but leadership comes in all forms, like, you know, by example, vocal. Have you found what fits best for you?
I've always had that will to lead by example, but every moment, in the moments of truth, I'll take the chair and you know it counts for whatever it counts for, maybe once or twice a game, just depending on it. But I feel like it's by example, and I'm the person that, you know, if you're going through something, I will come to you and talk to you. Everybody has their different versions.
Over here on the left.
And you've already seen pretty much all the coverages, but on the spectrum of Milwaukee, New York, Boston, how much of a crowd do you expect to be playing in when you get painted catches?
A lot. You know, I feel like that's been the biggest thing in a lot of series, not letting me be comfortable in the paint, get to my spots. So the biggest thing for me is just watching film, making adjustments, and figuring it out.
1, 2. Shane, right here.
Hey, Bam, Shane Allen, Forbes Sports. Through Caleb's journey in the last 2 years with you guys, what's been your favorite part about seeing him grow into what he's been doing now?
Man, the swagger Caleb plays with. That's my biggest thing, because when he got here, he was truly quiet. Like, Caleb is one of those people, he's like, it's like a morning person that doesn't talk in the morning, but he was like that all day. So we'll be in practice and he'll maybe say 3 words. And the only reason he'll say those 3 words to me is because I've known Caleb since we've been in high school. But now seeing him, you know, communicate, talk, really be himself on the court, express himself, I feel like those are the biggest steps I've seen him make, and truly proud of him.
Last question in the front.
Orlando for his job today, because you're such a defensive mind. Do you do a lot of reading of stats, analytics? Does that interest you at all?
I really look at film, not really analytics, but definitely do watch film, look at tendencies, look at plays, see if I can see hand motions to see what type of play they're running. Just the little things, the little details that you don't look at throughout a game. I try to find the little things in the film.
Thank you. Is it tonight, open session out on the practice, out on the court in the arena for the next